is phosphate, invaluable for the farms of Australia, New Zealand and Asia. Huge deposits of calcium phosphate lie between the pinnacles of ancient coral reefs. It is, in its purest form, one of the richest natural fertilizers in the world. Mussels win sports trophies, but it is modern machinery that puts new power into man's hands. Think of the manpower it would take to do a job like this. There's been a tug of war over Christmas Island now for more than half a century, and it's the wildlife that's slipping. What is it that we value in a place like this? What is the prize that man is striving for worldwide? The obvious and worthwhile trophy here is the fertilizer for a world increasingly dependent on it. But can we put a value on simply an unspoiled island with unique wildlife? That has no commercial value and brings no profits. But isn't there also something of irreplaceable value? Something well worth fighting to save? Here is a rare and fascinating bird found nowhere else in the world, Abbott's booby. Abbott's booby is a sulid, a kind of gannet, a web-footed seabird which plunge dives for fish, and seems at first sight totally unsuited to life in the jungle canopy where it nests. The partners take it in turns to guard the nest for a day or two at a stretch, and the incoming bird lands amongst the branches with remarkable confidence, considering that a fall through the forest canopy spells certain death. It would never be able to fly up again from the jungle floor. The greeting between mates is a marvelous wing-waving display, which may go on for minutes at a time. The jungle resounds with the shouts of mates reunited, and all this helps to keep the bond between the partners strong. After changing over at the nest, the relieved partner flies off to fish, probably over 100 miles from the island out to sea. And meanwhile, the phosphate mining goes on. The clean, bright forest canopy, Abbott's booby carries on as though nothing was happening. One of its most striking displays is a form of aggression in which it bites the twigs instead of pecking a rival. All boobies are aggressive, but unlike the other species, Abbott's booby never actually fights. This might involve the fatal risk of falling through to the jungle. The Nelsons rescued this one, but when found, it was making no attempt to fly. Millions of tons of phosphate on Christmas Island, far more than that canny Scot Clunies Ross knew when he first discovered the island at the end of last century. It's a fine, crumbly, cream-coloured powder. Unlike the guano of the Peruvian bird islands, it's quite odourless and free from any bird bones. So it seems unlikely to be fossilised bird guano, as many claim it to be. It may be a deposit of the phosphate-containing skeletons of marine protozoa, united with the calcium of the coral, and since lifted high and dry by the upward lifting of the ocean bed, which has raised the summit of the island over 1,000 feet above the sea. The phosphate lies over much of the island in pockets of varying quality, and may soon be mined at the rate of 3 million tons a year. This is a far cry from the modest thousands of tons which were dug out every year for the first half of this century. The investment of money, skill and labour has been enormous. And in a world which increasingly depends on fertilizers, it's obviously a rich prize, and much of it has already been won. Phosphate dominates the island. It is the island in every sense. And yet, all over the world, wildlife and irreplaceable habitats are disappearing at appalling speed. Christmas Island and this bird are part of Australia's wildlife heritage. But like the Galapagos, it belongs in a sense to the world. There's certainly nothing like it anywhere else. Not only is it rare and beautiful, but like the whole island ecosystem, it's of great biological interest and scientific value. Here, a pair with a small chick interact at the nest. Future generations may not thank us for the impoverished planet we will bequeath to them. Look at this. Abbott's booby might as well try to live on the moon as on the devastated face of Christmas Island once the phosphate has been won. This is a symbol of man's dilemma on his planet. It is take, take, take all the time. But this is the sort of price that we pay. Does it matter that such devastation has replaced this? Treatment with heat and acid in a calcination plant, low-grade phosphate can be improved, which makes it worth exploiting even the poor quality deposits, and so yet more of Christmas Island succumbs to technology and will eventually become derelict. But we need the phosphate. Here it is, going in bags to Singapore. Impressive piece of engineering sends the phosphate from the dryer at Drumsite down the precipitous side of the island to the cantilever loading bay, where it hoses rapidly into the ship's hold at the rate of thousands of tons an hour. But the wildlife needs the jungle. So what can be done? Is it yet another case of wildlife versus economics, with all the big guns on one side? Well, it's not all gloom. The frigates are safe if they can be protected from the Malayan community, who find them a delicacy. The young take nearly a year to become independent, and both they and their parents are often vulnerable during this time. This juvenile, for instance, is still dependent on its parents more than 6 months after leaving the nest. The red-footed booby seems quite safe and is anyway the world's commonest booby. On Christmas Island it nests in places that are mostly inaccessible to machines and have little economic value. Abbott's is the booby prize. Perhaps too 2,000 pairs are left, and almost 3/4 of its favoured jungle areas are sitting on high-quality phosphate. Economics may tell us to get the last ounce, but surely we could and should spare some of the most favoured nesting sites. If the phosphate beneath is worth thousands of dollars, so what? We pay that for an old masterpiece, and this particular masterpiece not only took millions of years to evolve, but could never be replaced by man. The regeneration of the jungle is impossible on these bare pinnacles, and to replace the soil might cost as much as the phosphate is worth. In fact, hardly a fern will grow in this desert of limestone, and Abbott's Buoy needs mature jungle. The Nelsons found Abbott's Buoy an arduous species to study. June signals that she's ready to climb up to help her husband perch 60 feet up at the top of a tree where he had a study nest. Each one needed a ladder like this to be climbed every time they weighed the chicks, and they spent scores of hours up there amongst the branches, not to mention the time getting up and down. It's an oddly slow breeder, nesting only once in every 2 years, and then with only a single chick. Like all the suids, the chick takes its fish straight from its parent's throat. It's fed about once a day, and the state of the fish depends on how far the parent has had to carry it. It may be semi-digested, or practically entire.